Hi, amazing artists. I'm at the yellow table because yellow is going to be our collage studio. Collage means, in French, it means to glue. So collage, here's our bucket right here for collage. And the bucket will tell me how to work in the collage studio. So for today, we are going to choose a base. We are going to select materials. You will cut or tear shapes. You will arrange the shapes on the base, and you'll even rearrange the shapes until you're happy. Then finally at the end, because number 6 is our last step for today, you will attach the shapes with glue, and that's right towards the end of class. So let me show you some of the things that are at our collage studio. I'll just show you the materials and tools that are here, and then I'll tell you how you can start to work today in the collage studio. So I'm looking at those yellow labels, and they're pointing at the construction paper. You'll want to know about where the construction paper is because that's going to be your base today. You will start with one color of construction paper. So right now, get in your head what color you would like to choose. When it's your turn, the teacher will call your name and you will get to choose a base. You'll see the other things here, the warm colors, the cool color scrap bin. You'll see a little bucket here of some stickers. We won't be using just all the stickers and sticking them wherever. A collage is on purpose, so only the people who have a purpose for stickers will use them. Then you see the neutral color bin. You'll see some magazines. You'll see just a bin I haven't really labeled, but there's just kind of some fun papers in there. And then, let's see, white paper, black paper, let's see, was it, cardboard, that's the word. There's some cardboard. You might not need that today. That's if you need a really sturdy base for a collage when you're working on it later at the collage studio. And then you'll see my specialty papers are here in this bin, and next to it, the tools for collage. You'll see that yellow label, there it is. This is just for the collage studio. You'll find glue, glue sticks, pencils, erasers, scissors, and then in here, there are some hole punches, and then there are also some funky scissors. These funky scissors kind of do a funky cut, ripples. There you go. Different kind of cuts on your paper. All right, so let me show you how you're gonna work. When the teacher calls your name, you're gonna come over and you are gonna get one piece of construction paper, and that's your base. You will take that back to your seat, and at your table, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a bin of papers because right now, everyone is getting their base, and we don't have time for everyone just to stop and collect all their beautiful papers yet. So you must go right to your seat, and you must just start with whatever papers are in your bin. Then you can look to your table tub for today because your table tub will have everything you need in it for starting at least. So you have your glue and the scissors. You even have pencils for writing your name on your collage so we know it's yours. This table tub I have not even touched since first grade left the room. So you can see that my kindergartners through third graders here at Big Flats are really keeping these really tidy. So now that you see how it looks, you must put it back exactly how you found it too. Do you notice that they have worked really hard at closing the noses? Call it the nose, or the top of their glue. They are closing their glues, and so will you. You need to close your glue today before you put it away. All right, so you're gonna get started, and you are going to be gluing some paper. So let me, Miss Marty, just show you. If you had already, maybe you cut this or you tore it, let's just pretend Miss Marty only has one hand right now with the camera, and you're going to glue it. You're gonna twist open the glue, and sometimes you gotta pick off the top. It's fine. And if you wanna use, this is a bigger, kind of a bigger piece of paper. So what I can do is, for the glue, I can just outline. Do you notice how I'm not going too close to the edge? That's because I know that glue just squirts out when you push it down. So when I push this down on the paper, it shouldn't squirt out too much because I glued a little away from the edge and just outline the shape. I didn't do a big blob, and I didn't do any big X's and glue the whole way down, just outlined, followed the outline. Now, what about a tiny little piece? So let me find a tiny little piece. So I'm doing a monochromatic collage. That's all in one color. This is pretty silly. All right, I want just this one piece. So boys and girls, we use dot, dot, not a lot. So let me see here, dot. Now sometimes you're like, I need 2 dots, I need 5 dots. If it's a small piece of paper, you still might need a few dots. Now this really is all I need. So I just needed the 2 dots. So I'll push that down. That is our collage, is how we're gonna work today. Now, all right, so you've gotten started. So let's say you got your construction paper, you sat down today, and you got started on your collage with just what was in your bin and just what you had for tools. Because when the teacher sees that everyone is busy at their table working quietly, then the teacher can say to everyone, okay, boys and girls, the Collage Studio is available for anyone who needs some extra things. So now you could walk over and you could decide on, you know what, I started a collage and it's starting to look like a tree. And so I actually do need some tissue paper now, and I want to cut this, but I also want to crumple it up, and I want to glue pieces down on my paper. So you will have a purpose. You'll have an idea for what you want to use things for. If you use the specialty scissors and they're at your table and they're just kind of hanging out at your table, then someone might come up and say, hey, could I borrow those scissors? And if you're not using them, of course you can. Now, if they take your scissors, then they are in charge of getting them back to our, I don't want to make you dizzy here, boys and girls, back to your collage, the Collage Studio toolbox there. All right, now we are going to play good scrap, bad scrap in our next video, because you are going to be creating some scraps. And Miss Martinek only wants the good scraps to go in these colored bins. Today, what it's going to look like is for you to get your good scraps back into this bin. We don't have enough time or enough space for every single person in the room to go to those 3 bins and sort through their scraps and put them where they should go. So boys and girls, your good scraps today are just going to go back into this bucket on your table, nice and neat. Your bad scraps, you know where those go, recycling. So it's right there. Your bad scraps will go in recycling. Boys and girls, when you're done working at the Collage Studio, you're going to meet back at the rug, right? You will have cleaned up everything. You'll have looked at the floor. There won't be any pieces or tiny bits of hole punched paper on the floor. There won't be any paper left on your table. You will go back to the rug because you've all cleaned up, and you will have your collage in your hand, ready to share with someone. And then, boys and girls, you'll get your collage when you're called to line up. You're just going to put your collage on the drying rack, because you can see over here some of the other 4th graders and some 1st graders are actually doing collage too. So some of their collages are there drying as well. All right, let's play good scrap, bad scrap, and then you're going to get started.